Dear Patriots, before the news starts, please subscribe to our patriotic channel by clicking the subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up to this video. Don't forget to leave your opinion below in the comments section. Share the news on Facebook and Twitter so you friends see it. Thank you.
Traitorous whore. Liberals lose their minds over Ivanka Trump's innocent New Year's resolution. It turns out Ivanka Trump can't say or do anything without being called nasty names by the liberal media. In a recent tweet, she expressed her New Year's resolution. Something as innocent as possible. New Year resolution, sleep more, tweeted Ivanka with a link to an article called "Here's Why Sleep Deprivation is Toxic and Will Eventually Kill You." Here are just a few of the angry responses that Ivanka received for saying this. OMG Read the cking room, you entitled privileged nepotism employee of the White House with no government experience, spoiled rich BTCH. My kid's life might be effed cause of your predator dad, might lose his therapy, treatment, but it's cool y'all, Ivanka is sleeping on it, wrote one user. It's important to take a break from passively accumulating wealth you had no hand in creating, wrote another. You can sleep all you want in prison, you traitorous whore, wrote another. It all seems a bit excessive, don't you think? Here is a section of the article that these people are getting so angry over. Doctors are in agreement on the precise level of sleep needed. At least 7 hours is necessary per night. Not 5 or 6 hours because you think you can handle it. That may be okay in the short term, but short-sighted thinking will kill you eventually. Sleep deprivation compounds, so every night counts. None of us are immune, no matter how busy or important you are. So the next time you start thinking about how to better yourself, improve productivity or stay ahead of the herd, lose the bravado and just go to bed. Could you imagine being so full of rage that something like this would make you call a woman a whore? China just announced this horrific plan for Trump if he attacks North Korea. Did China just threaten us? It looks as if, yes, they did. Global Times, a Chinese state-run newspaper, just ran an editorial saying, if the US and South Korea carry out strikes and try to overthrow the North Korean regime and change the political pattern of the Korean peninsula, China will prevent them from doing so. In other words, if the US or South Korea strike first, China, a nuclear power state, will step in to try to stop us. The editorial also stated that, should North Korea strike the United States first, China should remain neutral. In other words, if Korea strikes first, the US is free to take them out with no retribution from China? Sounds like a flaky friend we have in China. We note, the Global Times does not represent the official Chinese government position, but it is a popular newspaper in China. The tensions are rising, but both Trump and General Mattis still prefer a diplomatic resolution. General Mattis has said that a war with North Korea would be catastrophic, but that we are ready if North Korea commits a hostile act, such as a strike on the U.S. territory of Guam. TCNBC. CNN says Trump has no morals after he shows support for peaceful Iranian protesters. Peaceful citizens in Iran are protesting their government's bad economy and high inflation. People are angry that their government is focusing more on outrage over Israel than their own citizens. U.S. strongly condemns arrest of peaceful protesters in #Iran, urges all nations to publicly support Iranian people. As POTUS said, longest suffering victims of Iran's leaders are Iran's own people, State Department spokesperson Heather Nauert. We are following reports of multiple peaceful protests by Iranian citizens in cities across the country. Iran's leaders have turned a wealthy country with a rich history and culture into an economically depleted rogue state whose chief exports are violence, bloodshed, and chaos. As President Trump has said, the longest suffering victims of Iran's leaders are Iran's own people, wrote the State Department. CNN responded by taking the side of Iran's corrupt government in order to insult President Trump. This coming out from the Iranian Foreign Ministry, not only talking about the fact that they view the government of President Trump as the greatest bearer of ill will towards Iran, but going on to say that the people of Iran give no value or credibility to such opportunistic expressions by the government or the person, Mr. Trump. American officials, through their conduct, have not turned a place from which they can express massed sentiments as sympathies for the aware of the people of Iran, said CNN correspondent Arwa Damon. Now this, not just necessarily a rebuke of what the US president tweeted, but also perhaps a reflection of just how frustrated, not just Iran but other countries frankly are, with the United States. A lot of nations and their populations, no matter how they feel about their governments in particular, do perceive the United States as not really having a moral leg to stand on, said CNN. Disgusting. CNN solves mystery of who was in white truck that prevented them from spying on Trump. It's actually shocking. CNN has been horrified ever since their attempts to spy on President Trump playing golf were thwarted by a white truck blocking their view. CNN immediately came up with a conspiracy theory that the Secret Service was driving the truck in order to stop CNN from seeing him golfing. The Secret Service is in the business of protection and investigations, not in commissioning vehicles to block the media's view of the president's golf swing, the Secret Service responded. However, CNN did not give up. After days of research and investigations, CNN finally figured it out. CNN found the truck belonged to the Palm Beach Sheriff's Office. White box truck of same type and similar look seen parked at PBSO department parking lot. It remained there today. Spokes for PBSO Terry Barbera reiterated to CNN the truck maneuver was not authorized by management of the detail of the sheriff's office, tweeted CNN's Noah Gray. What's shocking isn't who was in the truck, what's shocking is how much effort they went into figuring this out. CNN had mentioned the white truck 23 times. As one Twitter user put it, 23, the number of times over the past day that CNN has mentioned the white box truck that obscured view of Trump golfing. 0, for comparison, the number of times CNN has mentioned that Politico report on Obama admin's quashing of Hezbollah investigation. Right after doing something sick to Barron, this comedian did something even worse. Looks like actions don't have consequences. Saturday Night Live writer Katie Rich is apparently back on the job after being suspended in January for saying on Twitter that Barron, Trump, will be this country's first homeschool shooter. Rich was initially indefinitely suspended for her insensitive tweet, but she had writing credits for Thursday night's Weekend Update, Summer Edition. Whether or not she will continue to write for SNL is unknown. Y'all, this lady said Barron Trump, and 11-year-old child, would kill his own family. How messed up is that? But I guess when you're a liberal in media, you'll always have a job. HT Fox News. NFL fines football player huge amount of money for wearing Christmas-themed cleats for charity. The NFL has refused to do anything about all the football players kneeling for the national anthem and disrespecting our troops. However, they are totally fine with punishing a player for wearing Christmas-themed cleats. After wearing the cleats, he got a fine in the mail for $6,079. But he decided to turn a bad thing into a good thing. 'Tis the season. I'll start the @GoFund later, stay tuned lol, he tweeted showing off the fine. He called the NFL the Grinch who stole Christmas and decided to raise money with GoFundMe.com to give to charity. Yeah, they were worth it, said New Orleans Saints running back Alvin Kamara in an interview with ESPN. I told everybody what I was gonna do after the game. I'm gonna make a GoFundMe. I'm gonna find like a charity. Maybe something that gets shoes for underprivileged kids, or maybe something like a little league team out here that needs some cleats, and donate the rest of the money to a team or something like that. "I mean, the Grinch stole Christmas," he said. And he did just that. Here is the description on his GoFundMe page. "Unfortunately, the Grinch stole Christmas. After the game I said that I would make a GoFundMe for the fine and donate the proceeds to charity, so here we are. A donation will be made to Willie Hall Playground's recreational department to provide cleats for their youth football programs," he wrote. He has already raised the money he was looking for.